If you're currently somewhere here and wanting to be somewhere here, then you're in the same place as I once was, trying to learn to handstand as an adult beginner. So in this video, I have the 5 best exercises that beginners need to practice that helped me and will help you get standing on those hands. You might say these exercises are a little unconventional, a bit different to the usual handstand tutorial that you might have seen online. As I don't know about you, but when I was trying to learn, many of the exercises I looked up were far too hard for me to even attempt. So these are beginners exercises to get you off the ground, literally. I've broken them down into the 5 elements that they work on, from least important to most important. So if there's only one that you ever practice, make sure that it's number 5. So first up, the alignment of your body is going to be what either makes or breaks your ability to handstand. So we need to teach our body what it feels like to be properly aligned. We need to build some muscle memory. That's so it can then draw on that muscle memory when you kick up and find a shape that your body is familiar with. The chest to wall is commonly used for this, but having your nose that close to a wall, as a person who has yet to learn to do a handstand, might be mildly terrifying. So instead, take a 45-degree wall push. To do this, place your hands on the wall a little above the height of your shoulders, index fingers pointing upward. From there, walk your feet away from you as far as you can so that you're right on the balls of your feet and your arms are alongside your ears, essentially bringing your body into a 45-degree angle. You're going to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your bum, you're going to broaden your shoulder blades wide and push the wall away from you. Hold this position for 30 seconds if you can, or work up towards 30 seconds, take a little rest, and then repeat it 4 more times. Next up, this exercise is about helping make your kick up to handstand and hopefully one day catching your balance much easier. Step 2 is an exercise to improve your hamstring flexibility. There's a reason that very flexible people make handstands look easy. They can pretty much get into a handstand alignment before they've even left the floor. Now, we don't need to achieve that level of flexibility to learn a handstand, nowhere near. But I hope it does a good job of demonstrating how flexibility can help you. So stand in front of a wall about a shin's distance away so that you can place one foot to the wall and your knees be pretty much aligned. From there, keep your back nice and straight and hinge the chest forwards as you push your bum back towards the wall as if you're going to try to tap it. Go as far as you need to until you feel your hamstring stretch and then stand yourself back up tall. Take 10 repetitions and then remember to switch sides too. I couldn't quite decide which way round to order number 3 and 4 at first, and ultimately decided that number 4 is such an underrated exercise that I rarely see discussed, so that took the silver medal. In bronze position, we've got a strength building drill. If there is one thing that will get you handstanding faster than anything else, it's strengthen your shoulders. So for number 3, I want you to come into plank and pop your feet up onto a chair or any elevated surface. You're going to actively push the floor away from you the whole time as you then walk your hands in towards the chair, pushing your bum up towards the sky. We all have different starting abilities, so if this feels a little too hard, leave the feet on the floor or find a lower surface. These are inchworms, and I want you to focus on pushing the floor away, broadening your shoulder blades throughout the entirety of the movement. Inchworm your way in and back 5 times before taking a rest, and then repeat that 3 times more. So the penultimate exercise, the second to best, silver medal, is a drill to improve your proprioception. Proprioception is the ability to know what our body is doing in space. For example, I know that my thumb is pointing upward without being able to see it. Easy to do here in a shape that I'm super familiar with. Not so easy for me to know how to align my body in a handstand, a shape that my body is far less familiar with. Proprioception is all about the body communicating with the brain and then the brain communicating with the eyes. So this exercise might look kind of weird, but I guarantee you, your balance will improve if you do these before you try your handstands. There's 4 simple steps to this. First, hold your hand out in front of you and gaze at your thumb. Slowly move your thumb from right to left a few times, then up and down, and let your head follow that movement so that your eyes are staying still within your head. Next, come back to center, set your gaze back on your thumb, and this time, as you move it, don't move your head, but allow just your eyes to move as you follow the movements of your thumb. Left to right, up and down. And then steps 3 and 4 are to do the same thing, but lying down flat. First, the head follows the thumb as the eyes stay still. Finally, the eyes follow the thumb as the head stays still. You might look a little crazy, but it only takes a minute and it's an absolute game changer. Stick with it over time to continue to improve that communication between eyes, brain, and body. And then finally, what is getting the gold medal? First place goes to an exercise to help you get over the fear of falling. It is undoubtedly the biggest factor that holds people back from learning to handstand. The fear of falling makes our bodies resist coming into the alignment that we need it to. And often we can be so sure that we aren't scared, but until we've taught our bodies that they are safe, there will always be resistance. So work on removing that resistance by learning to cartwheel. You could think of a cartwheel as essentially a falling handstand with control. You don't need to be a gymnast. You don't need it to be elegant and score a perfect 10. You just need to learn the movement so that your body no longer fears going past that vertical balance point. But cartwheels in themselves aren't easy, so start small. Face forwards, not sideways. Reach down to place one hand on the floor, pointing sideways, then the other, before hopping your hips up and over to land on the other side, facing your hands. As you get more familiar with this, try to smooth out the process. One hand goes down and you hop the hips up and over as the other places down too. Don't worry about legs being pretty to begin with, you just need to build confidence first. Bit by bit, start from higher up, add in more momentum, and eventually you'll find that straighter legs actually feels a little easier and is helpful. Once you've built yourself a confident cartwheel, you have yourself a safe, easy, and relatively effortless exit to a handstand. And this is the moment that you can really start kicking up and trying to find your alignment in your handstand where nothing can stop you. If you're inspired to learn, then you need to have structure and consistency with the drills that you practice. And my brand new program, the Handstand Plan, will give you exactly that. It's designed for beginners, actual beginners, to take you from absolute zero all the way up to a freestanding handstand. It's all laid out for you to know what to do day by day, and everything is follow along so you know exactly what to do and how to do it. There's progressive levels of classes that I can guide you every step of the way, and you can find more info and start that journey today via my website.